Welcome in, tribe. Welcome in, collective. I hope you had a wonderful Wednesday. However, this message is timeless. Just ride the wave. What do I want to start with? Vibe check. All right. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in, oh, welcome in. You will get there, collective. No matter what, you will get there. Balance, peace, happiness. Dorothy and Emma. Great spirit, only for highest good. Vibe check for my collective, my tribe. What do we need to know right now? Yeah. You're coming out of isolation, Spirit's saying. Somebody's salty about that. They're trying to bring disharmony to you to the point where you don't trust your own judgment. They're trying to confuse you. You're coming out of isolation, though. They wanted you suffering in silence. Unspoken desires, no chat or conversation of real spoken dreams. This message isn't for everyone, I'll tell you that much. But somebody's salty at the fact that you're healing. And all of this disenfranchising that they're trying to do, the thing is you're already in separation with this person. Because they were gambling your life too much. They were gambling it away like it was nothing. You very well could have ended up broken and shattered, having to face some sort of a nightmare. You might have taken a big loss from this, and this is why you're walking away and had to heal. Somebody didn't want you healing. Yeah, you stepped into your divine energy. Somebody wants you to unblock them. Yeah. All of a sudden, you're not stuck or stagnant. You're not frozen. You're not feeling like a failure. You don't feel broken. You're feeling good about yourself, and now they want to come in and apologize. Now, after you've healed with no closure, no reconciliation, no accountability, and now they want to come in and apologize. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be too nurturing. Yeah, I don't think you're going to be too nurturing. You're ripping their mask right off their face, by the looks of it. They tried to backstab you, and didn't work. Yeah, you were dealing with the psychopath. Yeah, you were not confused, you were abused, and I think you know that now. Archangel Michael does not approve. There are no further possibilities with this episode. They've literally lost control. And this is definitely a karmic to you. Somebody wants you to drop your boundaries. Oh, they laughing and they want happiness and joy and healing and all this kind of stuff. They just want to, laugh and nurture you now. Make it into a big joke. Yeah. This dumbass decided to go on a vacation without you and not resolve anything. Chose to not take any accountability for what they were doing. And it wasn't a mission. I'll tell you that much. I don't want to look at it any more than that. Just know things are changing for you, collective. I can feel it. Dorothy, thank you so much. Plata. What's bringing you to this? That's my question. What's bringing you try to mask and what illness? Let's break it down. Okay, so psychopathy is a very strong word. And what drove you to it? Because it's really showing me that you really had winners for parents. Have you taken the time to sit with it? Or you just sweep it under the rug? Because it's not just you, it's not just your fault. It was the people that took care of you growing up. It's their job to instill critical thinking and the ability to take care of yourself. I don't think it was a psychosis. I think you just checked out. That's what Spirit's telling me. And I don't think it was delusions. It was what was being shown to you to get you to question what you already knew. You just didn't want to accept it. You're not as crazy as you think you are. And if people actually got a chance to hear you, I don't think you'd have to try to find it. And furthermore, I don't think you would have a problem with it. Maybe it's the fact that you've hit your limit and you've had to draw the line. Maybe you just need to realign what your actions will intertwine and make sure that having compassion for humanity. A lot of us walk around with different ailments, different illnesses, different things. And every single one of them correlates to something more that's deeper within us. On a conscious and a psychological basis. Not my business, but I'm kind of curious as to what your drug of choice is. Welcome in, everybody. Alright, so we're going to get into a collective after the smoke. I'm just taking some time here to allow everybody to jump in the room. Well, you need to take accountability for what you did, whatever that might have been. You need to clear out those lower chakras and heal from it. You have to do it. Nobody can help you. A therapist can help you, walk you through it, but you ultimately have to change the way you look at life. And you have to show up for yourself as humanity. If you don't want to show up, then I can't really help you. I've had to deal with addiction. I've had to deal with abuse. A lot. And between me and most people is I sat with a lot of it to try to learn from it, try to empower myself, to try to be a better person, to protect my energy and to protect my garden and my temple. I chose to take that journey. Alright, Spirit. Only the best blessed messages from my tribe and my... What deck am I gonna use next? A channeled message coming through. We are the captain to our own ship. You're the guard. And the wise one of our own inner temple. No one can compete with that. And the moment the idiot fucking karmics are gonna get that through their thick skull, their thick, uninhabited, thick, uninhabited vessel is beyond me. However, hopefully it's sooner than later. Okay. Six stat fire. Apparently there's a message. Deal them out. So the challenge is here, collective, is wish fulfillment. The challenge is here is being able to plant the seeds that you're wanting to plant without snapping the fuck. Yeah, whatever this is that's pissing you off, you want it to be done with it. Somebody's trying to trap you and it's not working. They're embarrassing themselves is what I'm being told. I'm also being told they're with fire. With the Seven of Wands sitting upright. Just continue moving forward, collective. That's all you need to know. Continue. Yeah, because you've got some major, if you follow through and you focus, you've got some major accomplishments ahead. Okay. Spirit's saying everything is going to even out for you. Don't worry. Now, I don't have to be talking to an emperor, but somebody's trying to either knock you off your throne and you're not having it. Or, they're now trying to reconcile because now they feel trapped, and because you've got boundaries up, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place. And apparently they're trying to make you stuck. There's a huge tower here. Changes are going to be happening for you. You just need to be patient and hold your cards close to your chest. The Wheel of Fortune is in your favor, collective. You shouldn't worry. Okay? You should not worry. Keep your cards close to your chest. Okay? And just be patient. Somebody's trying to slow your journey. Somebody's trying to figure out what your next move is. That way they can meddle. But it's not going to work this time. Because the divine is making it happen. Nobody else. Yeah, they're going to be overwhelmed. It should have been a family unit, a family dystopia, more like, that you stood your ground on. Okay, so we got the Two of Wands out here, but it's in the reverse, and it's clarifying your Three of Cups and the Wheel. So this is about celebrating your destiny, and it's really correlating with this Ten of Cups in the reverse. Like, they really did collect something against you. It was there to make you overwhelmed with the Seven of Cups coming out. They wanted you in this energy of putting your cards close. It was almost strategic to try to make you look selfish. And leave everyone in the dark. In the dark. Just so that way you walk away. But you already did walk away. They didn't want you healing. They didn't want you having hope. Yeah. They were trying to silence your truth and your ability to speak and your credibility to your speech, whatever you were speaking on. The Page of Pentacles, yeah. They didn't want you to be of any value, so you just walk away from it. Yeah, there's no apology and there's no debate. Something's coming in fast. Somebody wants to fight for you because they're sad. Sticking to their guns, so to speak. They've sacrificed too much to let this go. They're choosing to fight for this. They're coming in with some sort of compassion. Dragons. What's going on with the Page of Cups? Two of Wands, yeah. Page of Swords. And King of Swords reversed. Yeah, there's so much deception here. Somebody thinks that they're going to come in and give you some sort of a fight and win some sort of fight with lies and deception. It's going to end very miserably for them. Tell me more on this. Tell me more on this whole thing. You're moving on. And some bad about it. Somebody didn't see something coming. The fact that you'd move forward. You're moving to end a cycle. You're standing in your power. And I really feel that this is what you need to focus on. Because he's trying to break you down, break your heart in some sort of way. to get back at you. Meanwhile, you're just focusing on yourself. They were hoping that you'd, like, have a relationship they can sabotage or something, but you stick to yourself. So it's really, the joke is on them. You're coming out of a tower. Like, you got no spoons for shit now. Like, yeah, you could be faith in a new direction. It could be consciously, it could be in, you know, there could be a new work partnership. There could be a new something coming down the pipeline. A new inspiration, stability, a new avenue of money. It very well could show up in a partnership. But it is going to bring some sort of balance to you. The world reverse. Something is not over. The 10 of coins. And the 6 of cups reversed. Okay. The 4 of wands reversed. There's definitely something you don't see coming, collective. Eight of cups reversed, and the hermit reversed. Huge awakening. The moon in reverse, so that what was done in the dark is coming to light. The ace of wands is a brand new beginning for you. 7 of cups, this is where you can focus on yourself. This is going to bring you wish fulfillment with the 9 of cups. The ace of wands, the moon reverse with the 8 of cups. You're not walk away anymore, collective. It's to the extent now that you are healed that people are going to walk away from you. People wish that they treated you better. Sheila, David, the kitty cat. Welcome in. Okay, why are we going here with this? You need to stay strong. Whoever you are, collective, you need to stay strong. Not gonna have to walk away or run away anymore. That's done. Spirit's got it covered. Okay, Spirit's saying that it's about to pop off for you. So just hold the consistency. We got the 6 of Pentacles. And somebody's going to be sad about it. That they can't. They're going to be sad. They're going to want to release some sort of betrayal. Because they feel that they self-sabotaged this whole bit. They wanted you to self-sabotage, but it didn't work out that way. You just rose above it. Apology necessary. They clearly did not have faith in you. They did not have just in itself. No confidence. And now they're sad. Somebody's coming in. The Divine's going to allow you to know when this is going to happen. They're to be strategic on how they're coming in. Just keep moving forward. Yeah, they're sad that they can't move forward with you. And they want to talk about it. They want to whine and talk about it. Yeah, it's going to be revealed that someone maybe passed away. Something is going to bring you some sort of information and okay, so somebody's going to be sad about the fact that they cannot move on with you, and they're going to try to fight you on it. But it's being revealed okay, so somebody feels betrayed. Alright, so somebody's feeling betrayed. There's a lot of envy here, and it's going to be revealed. There's a lot of emotions, envy. They want to fight. They don't want you moving forward. They're sad. They're sad. This person we're talking about is dealing with healing betrayal and clearing out a lot of betrayal, and this is about self-sabotaging what they have and what they've got going on. I'm really kind of picking up on like somebody that just keeps hoping on a miracle. The way they come at you is a little bit sneaky. But they deal with a lot of self-sabotaging insecurities. This person is sad that they can't move forward, and they want to fight you on it. There's something that they're going to reveal that is going to bring you to rest. It's going to allow you to have your independence as well as allow you to move forward. I'm really picking up on the fact that you really put somebody in their place. Yeah, and you did by loving yourself. Checkmate. Yep, you unapologetically, you for what was right. You fought for integrity. You fought for self. You fought for the love that you have for yourself. The love that you have for your ancestors. The love that you have for your chosen family. You alchemized the pain. It was a lot of hard work. And you did it unapologetically. You shouldn't have to apologize for healing. And I guess this energy, that's what they were hoping for. This person is extremely bitter. Yeah, they did not want you to move on. They've been trying to keep you from moving forward. They feel betrayed because everything is not working. You're headed for a 10 of Pentacles, and there's... So, you're headed for something substantial, life-changing, and your intuition is guiding you through this. And you're healing all the pain that you received throughout the years. You're taking that time. Somebody doesn't want you going on this journey. They want to disconnect you from your journey. Lies. They're trying to get a whole bunch of people to come in at you as an offer and just breadcrumb you. It's like a worthless second grade pimp. Yeah. Like the dirtbags that they're sending you, they can't even compete where they don't compare. They don't even meet you, let alone match you. Like it's a no-brainer. They're getting to overthink your boundaries. They're getting you to overthink your, you know, what you've set up for yourself. Don't question it, collective. If you're learning and you're processing and you're applying the lessons that you've learned to your experience, I guarantee you, you're going to rise. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel empowered. If you sit there in victim mode, it's not going to work out too well for you. I'm just letting you know that. And it's ever so difficult for people that are extremely empathetic and to work through that. Right? You're extra sensitive in your intuition or your empathy and gaslit. It hits different. Let's just say that much. Yeah. Yep. Your intuition is going to guide you through this. Just trust. Lean into it. You're not trapped. You're moving forward. Spirit said so. Your challenge is tapping into your guides and just allowing patience to happen. Focus on yourself. Focus on your own emotional fulfillment. Everything's going to be revealed to you right when you need it. Nurture your intuition and guard your heart. It's very, very, very evident here. There could be someone coming in with some sort of information. Okay, quite possibly regarding Ace of Pentacles. A Two of Pentacles reverse. and a strength card. So it's like somebody can't do it anymore. Somebody's having a hard time balancing things, so they want to give something to you. They can't handle it. Something about a Ten of Pentacles. The Four of Swords. So somebody's tired. Somebody's tired. We got the Six of Pentacles. It's in the reverse. Yeah. Spirit's saying, really nurture your intuition and guard your heart. Mainly, specifically because of that. Somebody's trying to make a one-way. Okay, so somebody's got this sign with tangerines and oranges and all that. And in amongst them, there's a bunch of lemons. Okay? And they're trying to sell you a lemon, but make it look like a green. Okay? So be careful as to what is being offered. It's getting, like, if they can't balance it out, there must be something wrong with it. If they're disempowered, they can't handle it anymore, there must be something behind that. Right? Yeah, they can't fight anymore. They don't want to fight anymore. They don't want to be left out in the cold either. Almost like this is apparently some sort of justice coming in for the imbalance and the disenfranchising that they had created. Yeah, everything that they did it tired them out. It basically wiped them out. They've got nothing left. It did to unbalance you and take away your strength. They've got nothing left. So this is wild. There's going to be a cycle closing out. Yeah, there's a new foundation here. You need to guard your heart, and you need to fight for what's right. Your ability to rest, your ability to grow, your ability to feel safe, your security. Okay? Definitely new foundation coming in. This could be about a house. I don't know. Somebody's bitter at the fact that everything that they threw at you did not work. It just made it a stronger pillars. It made it a stronger foundation. The Queen of Cups is a challenge. The Queen of Cups was a challenge because they didn't... oh, okay. Okay, so there was a Queen of Cups that was the catalyst of you getting the upper hand. It's either that or... there's a Queen of Cups that could have been put to rest. That got these people caught up. I don't know. It's just really weird. But something fell apart. Something absolutely fell apart. The Queen of Cups could be put... It could be a challenge. But it's like somebody's getting the upper hand. Yeah, somebody's laying to rest the toxicity. The Three of Cups and the Sun in the reverse. Somebody's celebrating the fact that they were leaving something in the dark. And is extremely toxic. Somebody's going to reveal the chaos and speak up. You're going to get communication. Communication is going to allow you to move on. Valkyrie. Welcome in, Maureen. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Somebody's trying to play off like their family's perfect and they really wasn't. They're trying to make you look like you're out of whack. Like you don't know what the hell you're talking about. They don't understand why you walked away. They didn't want you to walk away from their perfect family. Meanwhile, all of this deception was what got you in this really raging kind of energy to start with, to the point where you had no other choice but to walk away. More than once. More than one occasion. Constantly just trying to find peace. Tranquility. And to find out that there were people behind the scenes orchestrating constant struggle. And laughing as if it was entertainment. Thinking that they would not be seen. And thinking that you'd never figure it out. This is why Spirit's wanting you to be in solitude. It's not isolation. It's to recognize and to alchemize your creativity. When you're around other people, you're having to deal with their energy. Unless you know how to block it out, it becomes a challenge. And if they're outright manipulating you, that's a totally different story altogether. That, if you haven't learned about the hype section, if you want to hype live or any of my other videos, it would be great. Any of your favorites. All right. We're starting off with physical pain on the bottom of the deck. And karma. And no regrets. And learning. They're learning about what you said, collective. They're learning the hard way. Spirit guided you to it, and no fear. You can release it now and learn to love again. Open your heart. You're not going to have to worry about this karmic relationship anytime soon. Okay? That's not for everybody, it's for somebody. There is going to be some sort of communication to confirm this. You're being asked to stay calm and respectful. Whatever this is going to be it's going to be of a loss, and it's going to make you very angry. Spirit is wanting you to know that Spirit loves you. You've got many ancestors of the like. They love you. And when this happens, whenever this is, stay respectful, because it is going to make you angry. There is a big loss. But Spirit is with you. You're not alone. So if you're feeling like you're alone, you're not. You need to stay calm. Somebody wants you in a burden of tears, and there's going to be communication coming in about that. It's either that or somebody's in a burden of tears. Somebody's very upset by what you said. But this is a karmic relationship. This is very, very karmic. And they're sad that their secret's out. The fact that you did not have any fear. Somebody's in a lot of physical pain right now. And they are facing karma for what they did. They're learning a very, very valuable lesson. About always living life. It's not necessarily with no regrets, but living life making decisions that you wouldn't want to regret in with, right? If you are new here, check out the description box as to how you can get your own personal reading. The readings are open. I will be raising the prices a little bit later. Spirit, what's going on? What do we need to know right now? Calm. Stay in calmness. Do not be in reactive mode. Hey there, Murray. Alright, so this is kind of funny. Another little segment of The Divine Has Other Plans. Somebody's curious as to why the hell you're so calm. Because what you don't understand is somebody's trying to trap you. Somebody thinks they are pulling the strings in your experience. Okay? They don't understand. Okay? They don't understand how you are moving. I'm really picking up on the fact that they lost control of how they could manipulate you. I'm really picking up on somebody having to go back to the drawing board in order to figure out how to manipulate you. You're about to get some major dharma. Okay? And somebody didn't learn their lesson. I'm really kind of picking up on the fact that somebody could have rode with you on this journey, but they did not learn their lesson. They did not show up. So, in essence, they pretty well forfeited they're not only divine blessings, but they forfeited their destiny, coming for yours. Meanwhile, they had their own. Try to make that make sense. Somebody literally had their own destiny, their own purpose, their own gifts, and they chose to totally tune out their guides, and then they wondered why their life went to shamble. They ended up having shit happen to them, and it's because their guards and their protectors just got fed up. You're receiving dharma, they're receiving karma, collective. And it's mainly because of how calm you stayed during being entrapped. The fact that you didn't overreact and the fact that you played your cards the way that you did, the divine seen everything. And I'm really picking up on the fact that you're not necessarily learning, you're teaching. You healed your inner child. You did not submit to the darkness, that's for sure. And this is why they were after your abundance. You're guiding people to heal. Have no regrets. You're doing this through looking at things from all angles and communicating what you found. Your ancestors are proud of you. There's a karmic that still loves you and is dropping their fear. Spirit is guiding them to come forward. It shows there's some sort of mutual respect here. And it's almost as if since you guys had disbanded, they haven't been happy since. So they may reach out to say hi. Spirit's saying there's no reunion here, though. It's not a reunion, it's just to say a hi and how are you? Is there anything else for my collective or regarding this message? Abundance. So yeah, there's major abundance coming in. You don't even know where it's coming from. Collective, you're going to be making a turn soon. So maybe let off the gas. That's what I'm feeling like. And oddly enough, what you feel trapped in is actually trying to from it. That just came to mind. But before you could free yourself, you have to know you're trapped. So it's the acknowledgement, the entrapment. But how do you know you're trapped if you don't see how you're trapped? Somebody thinks that they're going to come into your reality and be your karma. And you're saying you're not having to lift a finger in this. They've got this. Somebody's not learning a lesson and they're going to do something really stupid. That's literally going to usher you abundance. Because they didn't learn their lesson the first time, the second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time. They tried something and they fucked up. And it just goes to show people with stubborn fucking motives and ideals, I don't know. They were playing chess. Thought you were playing checkers and you weren't even playing the game. Unfazed. To some degree, in hindsight, had you known and had you seen it in a certain light, you would have been totally unfazed. Had you the red flags in the first place, it would have told you what you needed to know. Okay? Just letting you know that now. Flags are not pretty decorations, collective. Okay? They are there to help you through. They are guiding markers on your journey that you need to really take heed of. Okay? You rarely see a green flag. Pay attention to those ones. Okay? Somebody thinks they're clever and they're an absolute disgrace. Just say that much. They're going to embarrass themselves. And really show how sad they actually are. Alright, so what's coming in for my collective then? Write or note? Can we get some information on that, please, Spirit? What do we have to look forward to? Alright, so the Ten of Feathers, finally closing out cycle, empowering yourself. What's the situation? Eight of Feathers. Having the courage to move forward. Finding the solutions that you need. Okay? Yeah, so the challenge is to find, right? To speak the truth. To be the truth. Find the foundation on which to stand on. With the current status quo of things. What does my collective need to focus on? Justice. Bringing justice to a situation. Bringing truth, clarity. The Magician is in the bottom of the deck here. What's the heart space? What's going on with the heart space? We got the King of Feathers, so this is very cold. Very cold in the heart space. The Two of Shells. Into the Ace of Crystals. Okay, so there's definitely jumping from feeling trapped here, finding the courage and solutions to move forward. There's definitely challenging because somebody's not being truthful. Okay? And I don't think it's you, collective, this person that maybe you had a relationship with. There's the Two of Shells in the reverse. This is what you're walking away from with the Two of Shells reverse. So you're walking away from a really, really botched connection. And I really do believe that you're feeling like you're thinking justice. You're very, very cold in the heart. You're very logical. You're not allowing your emotions to overtake you in any sort of way. You're moving into an Ace of Crystals, so there's definitely manifestations. There's definitely prosperity. We have the Three of Feathers, so there's definitely a sabotaging and a releasing of that sabotage to somebody. There's definitely something of a sabotage being released. You're discovering new truths, new possibilities, new information. You're exploring new avenues. Hopes and fears. The Ace of Shells. So yeah, you're holding your cards close to your chest. You quite possibly could be feeling very cold in the heart space, and you're just not wanting to have your broken again. You know? And I get a feeling like somebody's trying to break your heart, and it's not going to work this time. Page of Acorns, yeah. Somebody's discovered your new enthusiasm, your new drive, new possibilities. Like, it's like somebody's discovering you all over again for the very first time, right? Somebody's making a decision to come forward. Seven of Acorns. What have we got going on for the outcome? The Ten of Crystals and the Knight of Acorns. So somebody does not want you to move forward. Or you might not be taking action and drive. Somebody does not want you being stable. Yeah, somebody does not want you moving towards this Ten of Crystals. Somebody's trying to break your heart so you move towards the Ten of Crystals. Somebody literally wants to break you. They're watching you, they're stalking you, they're trying to figure out how they can do this. They're wanting you to make a decision that's just off the hop. That you're just not going to think about. All because you're moving towards the stability and they want to rock your world and shake it all up again. Honestly, collective, I don't think it's going to work out the way that they think it's going to work out. I'm also picking up on people, somebody thinks that you're with somebody and you're not. Somebody's jealous at the fact that you're with hanging out with somebody. Even just the fact that you're hanging out with somebody, or even the fact that you have a roommate. They think that there's something going on between you and your roommate, and there's going on between you and your roommate. Yeah. The truth is coming out that this King of Swords tried to put you to rest. Yeah. All the while you're trying to create a stability for yourself. They wanted to have you struggling. Always striving and unsatisfied and want more. I don't know. I think you're gonna get justice. But it's whether or not you're gonna be able to go after that justice. Yeah. 9 of Acorns and the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Any new beginnings? It's almost like somebody's trying to make it to where with any new beginnings it's going to falter until some sort of justice comes of a situation. But oddly enough, collective, it is in your favor. Okay? Just when you think that it's not in your favor, it is. Because you're not out here trying to destroy people's lives. Okay? That's the difference. Now, if you are trying to destroy people's lives, you might want to check yourself. It's not nice. Yeah, somebody's bitter at the fact that you healed. Yeah, because they wanted you missing out on that. They didn't ever want you loving yourself. They wanted you to stay a people pleaser. You were easy to handle back then. But now that you're empowering yourself, they're trying to make it like you're self-sabotaging. Yeah. You're not getting breadcrumbed anymore. That's the thing. You want an equal reciprocation situation. And it's like, now can't send people into breadcrumbing. And they're pissed about it because they were making money off of it behind the scenes. They're all full of anxiety now. Because you cut out all the third parties that they wanted to, maybe they put in money for it. You cut them all out. They don't have access to you, or you're not allowing them to have access. Knight of Crystals. You just continue moving forward, method. No regrets. You're very determined. Yeah. You're focused more or less on in the past. And they're brokenhearted about it. The fact that you healed, the fact that you rose above it, the fact that you are empowering yourself. Six of Feathers. They didn't want you walking away. They didn't want you walking away. They didn't want you cutting them off. Somebody really enjoyed being your pimp. A pimp that you didn't even know about. That's the whole thing with trafficking. People think that you're going to fix being trafficked. You don't even know you're being trafficked. Some of the people that just show up in your life, it's kind of like a mail order bride. They find out where you are, what you're at, what you use to communicate, and they infiltrate it. But apparently they already pay sessions for you. And they don't even realize it. You don't even realize it. They come in and tell you, oddly enough, what you want to hear, how you want it, whatever else. They just seem to know what you want. That's because it's all on your profile. And behind the scenes. So if you have people coming in acting all odd and weird all the time, wanting to get with you and wanting to have some time with you, you might want to take heed of this warning. You are getting the upper hand, Collective. Somebody was trying to make you look like you were self-sabotaging, so that way you could take all the blunt of all their bullshit. Right? Because they don't want to take accountability for what they did to turn you. So they're making it look like you self-sabotaged. Tables are about to turn. And you're going to be shown the way, Collective. Call your power back. Somebody doesn't want you having this new beginning, but is in your destiny. It's part of who you are. And you've done your shadow work. You've done your healing to receive this new beginning. You've done the work. And it's not a new beginning that he can take from you. You just need to step into it. Welcome in, honey. Welcome in, Michael. Mama Remy, what's going on, my dear? My dearling. Hope you're doing okay. Wake up, wake up, wake up. What's the message from a collective? Got 27 in the chat. You want to go hype up my video? Understanding, looking at both sides. Grief, accepting loss. Bliss, cherishing the day. Rebirth, independence, and knowledge. So there's definitely some major knowledge coming through, wisdom, downloads, information coming in, communication coming in. There's definitely a loss somewhere along the line. Loss of money, loss of property, loss of finance, loss of something, loss of person. However, there's definitely some sort of rebirth here. This is about giving yourself a second chance, collective. You didn't have a fair game first run through. But maybe it's time to finally step into alignment with what you're meant to do. And applying and carving out your new path. As you carve this path, know that it will take you a little bit longer. But know that every bit of this pathway that you clear for yourself is yours and yours alone. For the most part, people can't come with you on this journey. This is a personal journey. This is your own journey. This is a death of the old version of yourself into a new version of yourself. You're shedding old skin. You're giving yourself a chance. You need to take stock of resources, but know that the resources will be there when you need them. There's a resilience. There's a very much of resilience about you, but you're looking and you're learning on how to find your limits to what you will and will not accept. Definitely a lot of healing going on. The fight's not over. Apparently Spirit's saying it's just begun. But apparently Spirit's to acknowledge that you've graduated. To some of you, for the ones that have done, then it just all of a sudden gets quiet. It's because Spirit is waiting for you to recognize your accomplishments. By recognizing your accomplishments and what you've overcome, it brings you to the next level. It brings you to the next frequency. This is why gratitude is the attitude. Learning that most things that we go through, despite what it looks like, will ultimately help level up. It will ultimately help us level up, or it will basically destroy us. And this is why the magic doesn't work with karmics. Because what they try to create for your demise, it becomes your rise. They use it as a catalyst for growth. Oddly enough, some of us do need a wake-up call. That's why the divine pairs us up with psychopaths. To make us love ourselves and choose ourselves. If you didn't know their sense of humor. The divine does have a very weird sense of humor. All of these karmics are being utilized as a catalyst for growth. And this is the joke that's on the karmics, because they think they're all powerful and they get to do all this stuff. Meanwhile, it's just illusions. It's all just illusion. It's glamour magic. Because the karmics are usually believing in shit that's lesser than themselves. Not recognizing or acknowledging the light that's within them. They can overpower any darkness. If only they would believe in themselves. This is absolutely every single one of us. And the whole idea of the 144 frequency is the fact that we make the choice as to whether or not we surrender to the divine or not. But it's whether or not we remember our mission. It's whether or not we remember what we're here for. Some of us are so riddled in the distractions that we forgot. I'll take that bike as a confirmation. You're about to take off like a rocket. What's glamour magic? Glamour magic, it could be used low-level warlocks, and these are people that have been denounced out of their communities, um, to bring about illusionistic magic, to bring about a certain situation. And it's usually fueled by envy, pain, hate, anger. It's usually one of the tactics used by narcissists and sociopaths, because they try to manipulate reality for other people. No. Yep. It's all divine timing right now, collective. You're going to be shown the way. Okay, just continue healing. You are protected. Accumulation, the completion of a cycle, and a renewal. So there's definitely going to be a completion of a cycle. There's going to be major where you can move forward. There will be resources involved. You need to remember your power. And just go with the flow that Divine's got for you. Okay? Just go with the flow. Go with the flow. What am I looking in deck, Spirit? What deck am I going to pick up? And shuffle, shuffle. The angels. Sure. Split it out on Do Not Be Afraid with Mary, Queen of Angels, and Archangel Raphael. Trust your spiritual vision. You were born for this. Trust in your voice. Trust in your ability to articulate your thoughts. Trust in your capacity to see and share your gifts. If you are feeling scared or insecure about the next step, this is just showing how much you care about making a difference. Stand in the light of your soul. It is the only shield that you need. Activation. I trust myself, my voice, and my gifts. I'm unafraid. Yeah, because you've got angels walking with you, collective. Archangel Raphael, trust your spiritual vision. Your psychic and spiritual abilities are awakening. Trust what you are seeing, for your intuition is correct. You can read between the lines, and the information you feel rising up within you is being divinely revealed to you. You have spent lifetimes preparing for this moment, and although you feel apprehensive, you were born for this. Believe in the beauty of your gifts. Activation. I trust in my inner vision. I'm gonna leave it at that, collect. Creepy, creepy, creepy. No. We got 24 in the chat. What are we doing? What are we doing? What do you think we need to know on a collective basis, as a collective? What questions or what do you want me to tap into on a collective basis? And I'm going to use my discretion. So if you go to my main page, and where you can click either in the comment section or the live chat. You can scroll over one more time, and there's a hype section where you can hype the video. But there's like a toggle of 3 where you can swipe it over 3 times, 2 or 3 times. Alright, what talking about, Spirit? Why? What? Scholar, the painter. Okay. Alright, so. Okay. You might have some new inspirations coming in, Collective. Somebody don't want you making a particular choice. Somebody's miscommunicating with you, and they're trying to siphon from you. They think you're naive. They think you're not figuring it out. Oh, really? So they're trying to take control of your abundance. They want you having a lack of direction. And this is a very stubborn energy. It's like this person is very inflexible, very stubborn, somewhat ruthless. They have no self-worth whatsoever. And they're trying to project that onto you. I want you to be scatterbrained and unsure in your footing with any new projects that you have. You're being shown the knowledge to not trust this person. They don't want you to be ambitious because they don't want to lose you. Spirit's saying to become the observer right now. Because the cause and effect will bring clarity. Again, there's going to be new inspirations coming in, and you will be having productivity with what you're creating. Somebody wants to go gentle on them when you find out particular information. They don't want you taking action. Apparently you're going to find out particular information soon. This is going to allow you to transition to the next level. A new foundation. The thing is you're not sacrificing yourself anymore. You were never going to be the sacrifice either for these people, to be the scapegoat. It wasn't in your destiny. They tried to make so, but it wasn't in your destiny. Yeah, there's going to be collaborations. There's going to be news coming in. There's something coming in for you, collective. And this is going to be very productive for you. You might be overthinking on taking action about a particular idea. Take action. It's in your best interest to take action. Somebody does not want you to miss out on an opportunity. Somebody wants you to feel unprotected. It's like missed opportunities due to feel of failure. But you're protected. You're not going to fail. You got to give yourself a chance. And just go easy on it. Because, you deserve something nice. You deserve to be treated well. You deserve to be blessed like you bless others. It should be reciprocal. Collective, there's a time and a place for everything. There's a time to be compassionate. Just as much as a time to be ruthless. There's a time to be passive and a time to be determined. To continue to have the ambition and diligence despite the setbacks. There is going to be a course correction here. Somebody's idea of transitioning something out of your hands is falling at the wayside. Somebody's idea to take from you and pretty well leave you with nothing. You're going to have some new ideas coming through. You need to write these ideas down. You need to put these ideas into play, brainstorm with these new ideas because it's something new to look at. Even just for the sake of the fact that it's something new to look at. Okay? It's a new scenery, it's something new. New inspiration. Look into it. Providing that it's in alignment with something of joy and happiness, let it happen. Some think you're going to be leaving any legacy, so they feel that you're not worth anything. Think that if you weren't here anymore, there'd be no regrets. Meanwhile, you've taken responsibility for everything that you had to take care of. And it's like, I get this feeling like somebody's got kids and they've got something to word. Like, but because you don't have kids, somehow you don't have any value because you're not leaving a legacy. Somebody's trying to trick you into accepting their help. So that way they don't end up looking like a thief. So they want to help you. But they're only playing face because they've been stealing off of you. Yeah, I said it, collective. This person thinks that they think that they're playing in your face. They think that they are pulling the wool over your eyes. They think that they are playing you for a fool. However, the divine, they don't actually understand as to how tapped in you are. And what the divine is tapping you into. Those little thoughts that you get in the back of your head. are like emotionless. They just pop right in, say hi. Hello, peekaboo. It's your higher consciousness talking to you. Chances are, depending on what it's saying, use your discernment. So they're going to come in, they're trying to create chaos so they can come in and be a hero. They're waiting for you to call out and need a hero. And then they're just going to show up out of nowhere. But they're trying to be strategic as to how they're going to get back into your energy. Because everything that they've tried so far has not worked out. You keep calling them on their shit. It's like it never fails. They get this next idea and they get it situated and set up, and you call them on their shit all over again. I'm picking up on a bunch of people. There were already a bunch of people. But they're no longer a bunch of people. They don't hang out anymore, do anything anymore. They're waning very much. And it's like a group of people of like spiritual, or I don't know. It could be a church falling apart. Could be a religious or a spiritual group falling apart. But it's almost like they came for you, and they realized it was all a bunch of lies. Somebody just hated on you and hated on you and hated on you and thought it was okay. But once they felt that, they couldn't do what they did do and they needed more people, they started a whole dumbass campaign against you, thinking that they were going to get somewhere. This could have even just been a bunch of people just sat around and talk shit about you. All of their witchcraft and all of their bullshit is all coming back to bite them. Your ancestors aren't too happy with them. And somebody's literally living at the fact that I just won't die. They keep sending me death magic, and they're sending me spiritual warfare to send my heart into cardiac arrest. So I just have a heart attack and die. But unfortunately for them, the divine has their plans. If you wonder why I took the day off yesterday, I was fighting spiritual warfare. What else is new? It's a daily occurrence, collective. People, this is just a cakewalk. People think that when I ask for donations, you know, that I've got a whole bunch of money in my pocket. I am really hurting. You know. I try to not make it look so hurting as much as possible. I try to be inauthentic as much as possible. But sometimes you gotta play it up to make it look like you're not suffering when you are. Because you can't let the enemy know that you're, you know, winning or that you're losing. You want to keep a bit of mystery. It's definitely a challenge. It's not easy. Because of the protection that I do have, I don't get the end of it. Like for the dumbass death magic that they keep sending me and whatnot, at the swollen ankles, but I won't get the chest pains. Because usually if your ankles swell up and you end up getting chest pains, it's the onset of a heart attack and cardiac arrest. So no, the death magic didn't work. It got sent back to sender. It got bound to them. Because I'm not playing anymore. I wasn't playing a stupid ass game that they were trying to play to begin with. But some of these dumbass karmics thinking that they're and they're not. The thing is they think that they're winning the battles, but they're really not. I already seen into the future, and I will win the war. I'm just waiting for it to trickle down into 3D. Waiting patiently, trusting in the divine, that everything is working out as it should. As crazy and chaotic as it is, We're almost through the worst of it, collective. There is going to be a major storm. You guys are going to have to batten down the hatches. It is a pretty big storm now. It's probably going to hit about 100 to 200 miles inland, and it's going to dissipate. But it's still going to have some damage, so certain places are being evacuated, and I'm not too sure. Something tells me there's complications with the way the storm is going. That partially part of evacuation is going to be pointless. It's going to be a traffic mayhem. What's important right now, collective, is you need to stay out of the fray. Stay out of the fray of the chaos and stay to yourself. Even so, you are divinely guided, guarded, and protected for the ones, my light workers, and so on. It's better to be scarce than sorry, right? It's better to stay out of the fray. Spirit saying something about the storm changing course and going in a direction that it wasn't anticipated. I'm just channeling some downloads. Give me a minute. Spirit's really emphasizing on community. People need to start to work together instead of feeling divided. Like, you gotta stop giving a fuck what color you are and what color they are, and you gotta start working together. The only thing different is the slight change in DNA and energy frequency. That's all it is. But we really need to come together as communities. For some of the people facing the storm right now, and who are going to be facing the storm soon, if not already, like, I'm seeing power outages, I'm seeing a lot of devastation. I haven't checked, but Spirit's saying there's another storm coming up to the Gulf. And then there's one coming up from the other side. So there's one on the east side and the west side of North America. I don't know if it's true for the one on the west side, but they're saying there's two significant storms. Okay, so they're going to be coming in within a couple... What? Okay, so from the time that the storm hits mainland and it's doing its thing, there's going to be another storm forming. So Spirit was saying something about a week, but something about 3 to 4 days. So once it hits inland 3 to 4 days, there's going to be another storm developing in the west. Apparently that's going to come up through too. There have been volcanic eruptions lately, but there will be a significant eruption happening relatively soon, and Spirit's saying something by the end of October, early November. It's not going to be the big one, but it's going to be it's definitely going to be one that we're going to have in the history book. Mid-November, December. There's going to be certain contact happening. It is extremely important that we are stepping into our calling and our mission. A good 80% of the population has the ability to do this. It is here to raise the frequency of Mother Earth for this particular contact to happen. Because it takes a higher frequency within the Earth's magnetosphere in order to... And if we continuously be bombarded by the darkness and the chaos, there is a possibility and a chance that it does not work. And that we will not get the submissions and the contact that we are seeking. One of the biggest deceptions that the Earth has come to view as a collective is they forget the frequency in which they embody. It matters more to Mother Gaia than you actually realize. And we are going to have some proof on how this is fact very soon, by the end of the year. It's already being written about, it's already being spoken about, it's already in the collective consciousness. However, a lot more people need to get on board with that. And this is all about finding peace within yourself as well as within your community. It is vital for humanity's survival. This is why I speak on it. The current division is an illusion. The big problem isn't necessarily immigration collective, it's the fact people do not feel safe in their home country. And it's the ability of the nations and the countries that are at war right now that are creating this chaos to start with. It's their accountability. To have a place in the world where you have to be able to look like a particular pretzel in order to be revered and to be respected. We're moving out of that paradigm. We're recognizing and we're realizing that we're actually a cinnamon bun. We were never a pretzel. I really see a lot of just happening within the services regarding Bitcoin and crypto. There are a lot of simulations bringing about some sort of a security or some sort of a trust with it. I do see a lot of integrations of this new currency possibility into our markets. I see it being more of an investment positioning rather than an everyday currency. The whole ability to abolish cash or gold, silver, or whatever else is asinine. The dollar, the yen, everything, it needs to be brought back to a more balanced perspective. Like all the currencies. I do sense that within the coming years, the borders and nations across the world will come to a new understanding and a new foundation within nations. I do see people gathering and joining in peace for humanity. I do see that being a huge awakening in the next couple years. I do see nations being revitalized. Partially, this old system is going to waste, but it's almost as if it's getting a facelift. I do see the system being revitalized in a way to work for the people. Meaning if we play our cards right, this 2030 agenda will be left at the wayside. I do also see that the social structure that the 2030 agenda is based on will crumble. It will no longer be viable, no longer be possible due to humanitarian rights. They feel that they can create chaos to create peace, and within the civil unrest, they feel that they can create order. Not recognizing that their whole plan is going to come to a shambles before it even begins. But it is taking the people that are being called to their mission that will rise to the occasion, that will make things happen. The only way that you can find your mission is by healing, empowering yourself. Because within the clear mind, you see the map. It's always been within you, collective. The courage of your warrior version of yourself, it's always been deep within you. I do see a lot of changes within the next 5 years regarding to transportation. The inability to switch over to EV cars will bring about a precipice of change. I do believe within the next 3 to 4 years, there will be an access to free energy. Providing that you heal, you are putting yourself in alignment with the divine union. The divine needs your cooperation in this, because some of you are meant to be in divine unions to help raise the frequency of the planet. Spirit's putting an emphasis on trusting in self, trusting in your self-worth as well. You are worthy of love. And believe in miracles. Miracles happen absolutely every day, even in amongst the chaos. Within the next 10 years, I do see the education system being reformed. It is going to be integrated into a lot of disclosure. There's going to be a lot of hidden knowledge integrated. It is getting in alignment with the rise of humanity. Thank you for your patience while I channel the messages. For some of you, clarity and communication is coming in. Whatever this is, it's been long awaited. And for some of you, somebody's scared of this information getting to you. They're very anxious. Once this information gets to you, you're going to put things into perspective. Things are going to start to make sense. Divine insight is very significant here. Somebody's trying to shut my message down. They want me to shut up. Why aren't you dead yet? Specifically, why don't you just die? Why don't you die? It's as if they've tried it multiple times. Somebody doesn't want a cycle to be over, but they're having an outright tantrum because it is. Somebody's in the upper hand that they wanted to get because it wasn't destined. And this is for whoever was coming after you. It's coming back to the fact that the divine has other plans. It's not up to them to dictate your life, how you're going to play or what you're going to play or whether or not you're going to win or lose. They've got no business meddling in with what divine has for you. And if they think that they're going to go on through as if they're not seen, and if they are not acknowledged, they've got a nothing coming. The divine already knows their intention. The divine already knows their sick, disgusting, delinquent plan. It's ultimately going to backfire. I think that's it for the transmission tonight, collective. Just know that the tables are turning in your favor. Knows that whatever is coming in for you is protected. Keep your cards close to your chest. There are certain people from the past coming in to make an appearance. Use your discernment. Some of these people want to apologize, and they're genuine. People are not. The divine will provide. For some of you, the best is yet to come. Some of you, you've seen your worst days. If you haven't felt the shift already, it will be one. You'll know things are about to change. Me here just laying here, there was a shift. And that's when we decide to empower ourselves and jump these timelines, we leave our haters in the dust where they belong. They begin to be placed in a situation where they cannot meet with us. They can no longer meet in our energy. So, these people that are low vibrational, you're going to find that you're not much sympathy for them. Now, if there are people trying, genuinely trying, and there's all green flags, there's no red flags, maybe consider it. Maybe consider it a relation. Because not all situations are toxic, right? Sometimes it's a misunderstanding and a miscommunication. All it takes is a little bit of communication to fix that. But if you've reached out and they don't want back to you, chances are there's some heinous and sinister going on behind the scenes. It's kind of like a hate club and you're not invited because all they do is sit there and hate on you behind the scenes, thinking they're getting somewhere, but only filling them with more anger and guilt and resentment. And they'll only have themselves to deal with and answer to later. A lot of these karmics to the dark side willingly and put themselves up to the chopping block. Don't ever submit to this. Always allow that inner light to guide you, no matter what. That is its main purpose. To guard and protect you. Trust in it. You'll be surprised how the miracles tend to happen when you do. Just be in the gratitude that you're covered. And not in the blood of Jesus, because that's just gross, but in the divine light of protection. On that note, collective, for joining me tonight. If you can't get at it, please be good to yourself. So that way you can be good to others. There's about major changes. Do your best to ride the wave, stay out of the fray, and focus on your priorities. Your well-being, your peace of mind. Okay? And try to work together with your communities. Because shit's about to get a little weird. Sweet dreams, everyone, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for all the love